So, this is the planet where Kakarot is supposed to be.
Yeah, and those Dragon Ball things have to be on this planet as well. First, how about we exterminate the people on this planet with the Saibamen? Ha ha ha! This soil should grow some fine Saibamen. Raditz, you hunt for Kakarot. I'll search for the Dragon Balls and deliver them to Master Frieza.
Fine, it's done.
Hey everyone, welcome back with Bean O'Mac, where today we're going to start our playthrough of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. If you haven't already, check out my Budokai 1 playthrough that we just finished off, where I play through the story mode. However, I get rid of all the loading screens and I do it in order so that way, you know, the story makes sense, kind of like how it would be on TV, with no commentary.
Can't you talk for real?
I love that, that always cracks me up. Alright, so as you can tell, the story is not exactly accurate to how it usually goes. So Nappa and Raditz are under the orders of Frieza to come down to Earth to find the Dragon Balls. And that's kind of what I like about Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Not only is it different, but it's probably the most replayable Dragon Ball Z Budokai game in my opinion. We did get some cool what-if stories from the first game, of course. Check those out if you haven't already. But more importantly, I think we get a lot of... this whole thing is kind of like a weird what-if type deal, where it follows the basic premise of everything that kind of went around, but they take some liberties with it, which I think is pretty cool. So how this mode works is it's a board game setup. A lot of people weren't a big fan of it at the time, even to this day aren't the biggest fans. But I think people have really come around to it because at this time, people just kind of wanted the the natural story, something like they got in Budokai 1, because Budokai 1 only went to the Cell Saga, so they wanted the same treatment essentially, but instead they wanted the Buu Saga. So unfortunately that's not what we got at the time, but I think that in hindsight this makes this game even more awesome.
You really are a strange one, huh?
Yeah, I guess Goku seems pretty terrified of these little Saibamen, in which, you know, I guess I would be a little freaked out at seeing these plant monsters myself. I don't know, then again, I'm freaked out by the Venus flytraps, so maybe that's just me. Kind of cute a little bit though when you look at them, but yeah, so the board game thing and whatnot, I actually think it's the most replayable because A, as you've seen, we had a lot of interactions with the Saibamen, something that Goku never actually had. And the interactions, I think, add to the replayability because different characters have different interactions. A lot of them don't interact with each other. Some of them don't have interactions at all, such as, you know, Trunks or the Great Saiyaman or whatever. And I guess that's fine. I think it would have been cool if everybody had voice lines for every character, but, you know, I get it. You can't do everything for every little detail. At least not in the year span that they had for this game, I suppose. But you're about to see...
You're a Namekian, huh? Disgusting insect! Unless you'd rather die, stand aside right now! Insect, huh? Well, be careful because this insect bites hard.
That kind of sounded oddly sexual, but yeah. Everybody, you know, the first level probably did it the best in my opinion because I think everybody, you know, from the Saiyan Saga kind of has interactions with, you know, both of these characters. You know, Yamcha and Tien even have interactions with Nappa and Raditz. I believe, yeah, pretty much everybody, you know, Piccolo does, as you're about to see, as you've seen, of course. And I think that might be it. Krillin, he also has some good interactions with Nappa and everybody. So they did a pretty good job setting the precedence for this level. This is probably a really great first level in this whole thing. And as you can tell, I you know, am using a lot of crazy special attacks I shouldn't have access to right now. I was thinking of just starting this from the actual beginning with a few moves that you start with and this and that, but I thought that would be kind of a little bit boring for you guys. So I'm going to use, you know, most of my characters have breakthrough capsules, which in this game is where you have access to every single move in a person's moveset, plus they do extra damage for you too, so, you know, I pulled a little sneaky.
You're not Kakarot.
Who are you, and what business do you have with me?
But, you know, I figured it'd be a lot more entertaining for you guys to see all the flashy moves that are possible in this game. And I don't have everybody's moves. It's just, you know, I have the majority of everybody's moves. But I don't know, I guess I can't talk very well today, unfortunately. But, oh well, you know, you guys are here for the hot action, right? And, you know, Raditz is getting his butt whooped here, but... yeah, how this mode works essentially is, you know, you can pick a certain number of allies at the beginning of each thing. Goku always has 3 health bars out of 5, starting with those green, you know, markers next to the character pieces. And, you know, your partner usually starts with 2 pieces. Enemies usually have 3, and then the bosses usually have 4. And of course, Goku starts with 3. If you go to the Dende healing spaces, which are the big blue circles with them, you know, behind them, you know, you can heal 1 health point per thing, and you can just wait there for, you know, as long as you want to get as many healing as you can. And enemies can also use it, so beware of that as well. And that's kind of the whole thing, is when you eliminate all of your opponent's health squares, or they eliminate all yours, you're off the map, you're dead. If you lose an ally in a board thing, like if Piccolo died here, for example, I could pick him next level, it's just I couldn't use him for the remainder of this level. If Goku dies, you'll automatically lose. And if you notice, they're kind of dizzy.
What can you do to me with such a low level of power?
That's enough out of you.
So if you notice, they're all kind of dizzy a little bit too. So if you attack someone on your turn and you lose, you'll get sent back, like you've seen. And you will be dizzy for their turn, and vice versa. So if you lose one battle at regular, state, you will lose 1 health point. But if you're in the dazed state and you lose a battle, then you are gone for good. Well, not gone for good. You are removed 2 health points. So that's kind of how it usually is. The best way to do it, especially since most characters only have 2 interactions with each other, as you've seen with Nappa and Piccolo. How that works is you usually want them to attack you first, so you defeat them, and then you go on the offensive when they're dizzy to get rid of the remaining health points. At least for the regular characters like this, as you can see. Or if you're like Piccolo right now with me, you can pick up the fruit, hit it on the map, press square during your turn, and at random places you can get, not random actually, it's in certain spots on each map is where you can get more fruit.
Lousy small fry.
And of course, the fruit, as you've seen, are the things that give me more turns per move. So I theoretically could just go back and forth, taking the guys out until they're all done. But I figured I'd let you guys see some interactions between Goku and Nappa. And also, sometimes interactions will change just based off of, circumstances. I'll get into that a little bit more next chapter, or next playthrough, I should say, just because I can show you a direct example of that. But for now, just know that some people have like hidden third interactions. Depending on who you attack first, the interaction can change. All sorts of stuff. Even sometimes the outcome of a battle itself can change in interactions later on. But as you can see, once those are kind of done with and there's no more unique interactions between those characters, they don't replay. It's just, a generic quote with no voice when it pops up. We got him. I guess that confirms that the Saibamen are in fact stronger than Raditz. Boy. I always like how they seem surprised that they come up. I could have swore maybe it was either Budokai 1 or Budokai 3 in which they actually come up from the ground one after the other. But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of the Tenkaichi series, I can't remember 100% there. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about this game like I usually do with all these games and whatnot, so don't worry about that. One thing I don't think I'm going to show you guys is, so Nappa is the one who grows the Saibamen. But if you keep killing all the Saibamen, I think you have to beat like 5 or something.
You guys get off of Earth right now! Otherwise, you'll answer to me!
You're Kakarot, huh? How about we see what you're made of? Do you really think that someone like you could beat me?
There's no way you can beat me!
You must be a comedian! Come on, fight!
Jeez, guys, Goku over here being a freaking comedian, am I right? But yeah, if you in this level in particular, if you defeat I think maybe 5 Saibamen or something like that, I don't know the exact number, and Nappa's alive, he'll keep planting them, and eventually a red one will pop up, which just kind of has a full health bar. I'm not going to really do that for this one, just because, it takes a little bit of time just for that to happen, and I don't want to really waste you guys' time facing the same Saibamen over and over and over and over again and stuff like that. So when you do that, you can beat them, and it's just like a full health Saibamen, essentially, with a different color. And you actually get a more rare capsule for doing that. And you'll know it's him because he's always got, he'll be marked properly on the board, and he's always got the same freaking, spot that he spawns in. But it's just cool little details and stuff like that in this game that sets it apart, and, very replayable. The whole thing's kind of like a what-if story, which a lot of people didn't like at the time, like I mentioned, I think. And,
There's no way that you can stand up to me, the mighty Nappa!
Well, I guess you're pretty tough. It doesn't look like I can take you like this.
I guess not. We might have to transform into Super Saiyan 3 for this one, fellas. But yeah, very replayable. It's actually encouraged to do all these repeat playthroughs. The game is actually the most grindy game in Dragon Ball I think I've ever, played, and that's really saying something concerning the Xenoverse games and Tenkaichi and stuff like that. But this game, I think you would have to beat this game like a total of 36 times or something crazy, like even more than that. Like 40 times while getting all the Dragon Balls each time you play it to unlock everything. Because how you unlock breakthroughs is you have to collect all the Dragon Balls and then wish for it at the end of the game once you beat it. But you can only get one breakthrough every single playthrough. And on top of the playthroughs, or the breakthroughs, that's how you also unlock the side mode in the game and just random outfits that Bulma can wear in the capsule shop. So lots of stuff to do. So it's the heaviest grind for a Budokai game in general. But it's still very fun. I've never actually officially unlocked everything the fair way. There's actually a cheat, which maybe I'll share with you guys next episode if you don't already know it. I'll probably put it in the comments actually, but we're just going to get the Dragon Ball to end the level. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out next week's episode. And if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.